you can do a bit of a Q&A and take it from there. Leonard, do you want to just introduce yourself, introduce your platform? Can't hear you, mate. It's push to talk on this channel, so maybe you need to activate your push to talk button, or I can deactivate that setting quickly if that makes it easy just for this instance. Give me 2 secs.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can hear you now, mate.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me. And maybe let me know when everyone that should have joined, and then can start screen sharing with a brief.
Yeah, this is in this instance. This is perfect. Go ahead.
Right, awesome. So for the last 5 to 6 weeks, me and my co-founder have built on this task management and bounty, both task management for internal work and also a platform for bounties for quote-unquote external work. And 2 of the first tech contributors at CityDAO bought land in Wyoming, and that's where we saw a lot of the pain points that we built the product after, basically, or in an attempt to solve those cases. But I think it might be most instructive to just share my screen and get your feedback on it. And please feel free to interrupt with questions or thoughts as I go. I would assume people are seeing my screen.
It's still sharing, but it should shut.
It's working for me perfectly.
Is it still sharing for someone, or is it working now?
I think it's working now. Everybody can see it? Yeah, we'll assume everyone can see it.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, so this could be an example of how it could look like with like external bounties and also internal work, but I'll just do a test now and take you through the flow from the start. Yeah, you can have, of course, several projects on the org level or on the DAO level. So you can have the development, community ops, bounties, or whatever way you want to cut it. Those can, of course, be both private or public. So private ones people only see if you invite them, and public ones, the boards are public by default, and then everyone will have read access, but not write access, of course. And on the project level, it's a simple Trello board that you've seen many times, but with some specific features that make them more compatible with the DAO context. So if we just go through the flow, we can make a readme, or maybe post about X. That could be a good first issue that becomes maybe. Yeah, you can basically assign yourself, or you can assign other people in the team. So.
Do you want to explain each part?
Like,
so what does a tag do exactly? If you explain that to the guys, maybe go bit by bit.
Yeah, sure. No, this is a great question. So tags would just be like a way to provide more metadata about the task, and also be able to filter by the tags if you want to find particular tasks. So those would be the 2 main things. Also, in your profile, you will later show up your speciality. You might, if you do a lot of tasks with certain tags, that might be like your speciality in a way that you can see on your profile later on. But yeah, it's a great question.
Do you mean when you create the tasks with those tags, or when somebody completes the tasks with those tags?
Yeah, when someone completes the task, it would be. Let me actually see if I created a DAO here. No, I still seem to just have created a project. So let's just create test DAO instead, and create a new project here instead. And let's have it public. Sorry about that. So yeah, if we have a post about X, you can have the tags, and you can set story points like the size of the task, and you can assign yourself or others in the team, just like you would expect, basically. And yeah, so you can take it through the flow in the different stages, and this would all sync to Discord, basically. I'll show you that. So I'll first focus maybe on the internal work part, like how you could use it in a more agile team, and then I can focus on the bounty part after that. So the Discord integration basically works like the following, where you would connect to a channel, and then we can create a thread for each task or bounty, and then the thread would archive when the task is done, basically. So if we just create a US dev channel here, we can then choose that channel in our Discord settings here, and then we can connect there. So what happens if we now have make a new landing page, and then I'll assign that to myself. Just click on my profile, assign it to myself there. What's happened in Discord is basically that we've created this thread in the channel now. In that thread, the reviewer and assignee are both added. So here's the place where you could discuss specific specific tasks, think about the status, and it would also update when stuff are actionable. So if something is in review, for instance, the reviewer gets tagged. So in this case, the reviewer and assignee are the same person. So yeah, the reviewer gets tagged. This would then link back to the card in the work. Yeah, and here you can make the review. So if it's tech task, then this would integrate with GitHub. So the card will link directly to the relevant place of GitHub, to the PR. Or if it's a tech task, then probably you could have made, or if it's a non-tech task rather, you could have made your submission here. Or you basically say, here's my work, then paste an image, a PDF, an arbitrary file really here for the reviewer to see. So this is not very good work maybe, but if it looks okay still from the reviewer perspective, you can drag it to done. You can give a review if you want to, so you can say yes, and that would basically help build that person's profile. What's happened now in Discord is this task is now completed. So this thread has now been archived, and everyone in the general channel gets this general notification that this task is now done, so everyone can be on the same page about that. So that's the basic flow for the internal work, really. Yeah, you can assign yourself and others. You can use tags, story points, what you would expect from I guess, a project management tool, really. And then I guess on the bounty side, you can also create...
Just quickly, Linus, before we go any further, does anybody have any questions?
Please.
That's all right. Just does anybody have any questions? Cool. Roll on, Linus. Roll on.
Oh, I got a question. Do you hear me? Okay. I just wanted to know, in the D-Work, do we sign up with our Discord handles, or how do we sign up for the platform?
It's a great question. So you can just show you here. I seem to have slow internet, but yeah, you can sign in using Discord or a MetaMask wallet as well.
Cool. Okay.
Sweet.
So you have all those three options. But yeah, Discord is recommended, since then it's easier to tag you in the threads. Otherwise, we can't. Yeah, we can't do that.
Is this app also a DAO?
Sorry, can you say again?
Are you guys also a DAO?
So we're moving towards becoming. So we started this like 5 to 6 weeks ago. So we're still like very early on. So we're still very rapidly adding features and figuring the org structure out. But yeah, we will be a DAO for sure. Yeah, we're lucky to already have a bunch of DAOs using us, like New Order and Redacted, in Key DAO, Lex DAO, and Token Engineering Commons. But yeah, we're still early on in that org development. Yeah. So this flow would be basically as you would expect. We have a list view, we have about view. You can add metadata about the project. Then for the bounty side of things, what you can do is you can add something like we find bug X or something, or solve bug X. And then I can just attach a bounty to the completion of that task. So whoever completes the task gets this bounty. So what we can do is we can connect to Gnosis Safe as the payment method for paying out. And then if we enter the Gnosis address here, then we're connected, and you can basically choose whatever token to pay out with. So you can add your own token to pay with. Both NFTs and normal tokens works. And you will just paste your contract address here. So you could pay with your own. Yeah, that's usually I like to pay with your own tokens. But let's do ETH for now, and we'll just add this small bounty to that for testing now. And now we've added this to the backlog, basically, as an open bounty. So what you can do now is, if we invite the community, we can generate this link, and this is how it looks like from the community perspective, really. Where you get this link. First time this have happened. Do I have a private board, maybe? No, let's see. Invite contributors. Tests. Okay, that was weird. I've never seen that before, but you learn every day. Yeah, I've seen that I've been invited to this comms project, so I can accept the invite, and I can now basically get assigned to tasks, and I can also, so if it's maybe it's a more agile team, I can just get assigned to tasks, and then I can complete the work. If it's more of a bounty approach, you can have this application flow where I can say I'm interested in claiming this bounty or doing this task, and I'm interested in doing it early next week, and I can even have a message to tell them about anything I've done previously. So yeah, I've done X. So request to claim this bounty, and this is how it looks like from the project admin side or the more regular contributor side, where they see that this new person probably have applied to claim this bounty. So I can see his application, and I can look at his profile and see what they've been up to, what she's been up to, or that would be a test profile. So a real profile would be something like this. You can see the previous tasks, you can see some score, and yeah, what we're planning on adding, that we don't have yet, is also that we will issue NFTs for completing tasks. So this would be a way to build your on-chain reputation, both for like internal work, but also this would basically show your cross-DAO work and cross-DAO reputation. So you're really building your Web3 profile and not only your local profile or your local reputation within a specific context.
So it's
any questions on that part? Usually, so.
I just said it's nice to have portable reputation. It's really cool.
Yeah, exactly, because now it's siloed currently, so that's one of the things we're trying to help with. So that would be a more real profile. So if it looks good, I can assign this task to this person. So now it's in progress, and what it looks like from the contributor perspective, I see that I'm assigned here. It's in progress. If it's a non-tech task, I can, as you know, I can just make my submission here. Yeah, link something or attach a file. Or if it's a tech task, then I would just do check out the branch with the name of this task, and then this card would auto link to the place in GitHub. And I can show you that real quick in a minute. But yeah, and if I make the pull request, then it just automatically jumps to in review. And then of course the reviewer gets notification in Discord. You can always go directly to the Discord thread from this card, both for the assignee, but also for outside people that want to have context about what's the status or like what has the discussion been on this particular topic. Yeah, and of course I can't drag it to down, but now it's in reviews. Yeah, if it looks good, it can be approved. So now it's in the needs payment column. So now we can basically batch pay all the approved tasks at once at the end of the week or at the end of sprint. So I'll just show you that real quick, where we'll just make a second task so we can batch pay both of them. And I'll just assign this to myself for now. And we can approve this. And then we can pay both of them. So we can batch pay the approved tasks at once. Create this close transaction and then sign it from here. Yeah. And now it's processing. So then you could go to save. And of course, you can always choose other ways of paying, of course. But this will be, I guess, one way of doing it where you can, execute it from here. Yeah. So that's the basic bounty flow. I don't know. Is there any other questions so far?
I have a question about who can, like, do you have already? I don't expect you to have a ton of features after just a few weeks. Do you already have a permission structure? Like, for instance, adding more people who can add tasks and assign tasks, or it's just like one? Yeah, that was the question.
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a great question. So we have, so in tight-knit teams, we will probably have mainly everyone could be a project admin. Maybe admin is the wrong word. I haven't figured out the better word yet. But so you can have as many project admins as you want, basically, in a project. So everyone then create their own tasks, assign each other, and those kind of things. So that's how we're seeing a lot of.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great, because obviously it shouldn't be like super top down. And no, that sounds great. It's already you have it already. It's already can be like you can add as many admins as you want. It's already up the feature. This feature
for sure.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. So let's see. So this is how it looks currently from the contributor perspective. And then if you have the if we enable the suggestions column, we basically get this new column here that enables people in the community to add suggestions and vote on them. So this is how it looks like from this perspective. I now can add suggestions. So we should fix bug X, or we should add feature Y. So I can add this, and this gets one vote here, and then I can vote on it as well. And if something gets a lot of votes, then that's great information that we should probably add this to the backlog.
Oh, nice. So it's like a wish list that then can be added to backlog and then can be added to that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
With regards to the done tasks, do they live there? Do they live in an archive?
It's a good question. So, do they live in our archives? You wouldn't want this list to be too long, I guess.
Well, you would imagine that after time, this list would start to grow.
Exactly. So the way doing it currently is that they might have a project for specific sprints or like for specific time periods, like a sprint, like a 2-week sprint or time period, and then they might make a new project. So that's one way people are using it. But yeah, so what we have, if you have too many tasks, then you can basically choose to not show everyone. So you would basically just stop here.
Point though, right? So you organize each board per project versus having one board for the DAO and then having every single thing going on in there. You just have.
Can you download CSV file with everything that has been done and then just you close the board and forget about it? Because it still would be nice to have an archive, right? Maybe not a portable file that can be then uploaded back to the board, but just for like just a CSV file could be cool. Like this was the task, this was the tag, so then this kind of stuff. But
yeah, no, it's a great point. That's something we have on our. So that should be done by Monday. Probably the CSV export stuff.
Sorry, Fabs, can you mute me, please, mate?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, Lonis, can you say that again?
No, so the CSV file is the CSV export is something that we'll have like by next week. So then, yeah, then you would basically be able to export all the tasks in a project.
And is there a self-hosting option for it, or will you like host it for people?
Yeah, so that we don't have. We don't have a self-hosting options for now. We will of course something we want. So there are several things we want in the decentralization roadmap. So the first thing is the escrow function. You can't put a bounty unless you first transfer it to a smart contract that is connected to some decentralized court like Claros or something. Then the money can flow to the contributor from there. So that's the first thing we'll do. And then the second thing would be self-hosting.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
And yes, so exactly. So DAOs could have like many boards. A lot of them have like more than 6 boards for different stuff, and then you can always, if you want to have a bird's view of everything that's going on in the DAO, you can use this full board where you can see tasks in all boards at once. But yeah, usually there are a lot of projects.
I didn't see the full board. Can you show it again? I didn't see anything.
Yeah,
it was just...
Yeah, and I'm wondering if you could show a full board of a project that maybe you participate in just that's really busy, so we can get a good feel for it. I don't know if that's okay for you.
Interesting. Can you say a bit more? Like you want to be able to filter among all boards, I guess.
No, I was just wondering if I could have a look at a project that has lots of different tasks, so it looks really busy. Right now we have 5 things, so it's still manageable to look at. But I wonder if a project that is ongoing, that's towards the end of its sprint, is going to look really messy and is going to be like, how does it look like?
I think it will just look like a busy Trello board, right?
Yeah, that's true. It will look like a busy Trello board, but we have this list feature where you can filter by the tags. But the Kanban view would, I guess, look a bit like that at the end of the sprint. Yeah, something we have is coming up very shortly is the ability. So if if we show more than 6 stuff in a column, then it wouldn't show more, but you would need to click to see more. But yeah, filtering also the same way we filter on the list level by tags or by assignees, we should be able to filter on the column level as well.
I think Fabs was asking if we can take a look at other DAOs that already work for you, if they have public boards that you can just like post a link and we can take a look and see what it looks like. If that's okay. We don't want to look at their private boards, but yeah.
Oh, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the private board I don't.
I actually
Oh,
I was looking at your website. Sorry, Linus, and I saw the Popathon board, and I could share that in the general chat because it seems public because I was able to see it, and the Popathon board is probably something that they're okay sharing because it's a show. They're making a public show, so I'll put that in the general. I think it'll work.
I know, and yeah, you can. We should add more stuff there, but this would be another example. So yeah, all boards that are public will be shareable by link, always. Or yeah, you can always toggle it to private, and then people would lose access again. I guess these are this would be a few examples, I think.
And can you edit the columns as well, or?
Yeah, so you can hide the suggestions column if you want to. Everyone in its project admin, even if everyone is project admin, you would want to maybe vote about. Yeah, currently we haven't added that because people have that it gets too messy because a lot of projects in one DAO can have different project structures. So then yeah, even in one test.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, if you give people freedom to start adding their own columns and they don't know how to like use Trello, it gets super messy, and then people write thoughts as columns, and it's just like yeah.
Exactly.
I got another question. I remember from Trello that you have on some of the cards you have an expiration date or some sort of alarm. You don't have that yet, right?
Yeah, that's a great point. So the way you people are adding it currently is by the tags. So that would be the way to see it.
I used to have a deadline, and I used to hate it because it always made me feel bad that I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's terrible, but it's like an alarm that goes off in your, I think, in your Google Calendar or something like that. I was just thinking, maybe it's useful.
Maybe a calendar integration would be more interesting than thinking of it as a deadline.
Yeah, deadlines is something that I don't want to be displayed.
You never know. Maybe you need a deadline.
So one thing
we'll have one deadline, right?
Sorry. No, sorry. No, the only thing I would say on that point would be that we're planning to make it easier to ping people in Discord, like on the through the cards. Yeah, you would say, hey, we can go to the Discord thread, but then we can also like check status or something that you can, and then potentially like in the future we'd want to ping people like okay. So it has gone 3 days without an update. Can you please share an update or something like that? But that would be something we would make configurable on the project level, so each project can choose their own policies around that.
Oh, I got another question. So for the data DAO, what we're doing is like data analysis. So for us, it would be really useful to have a shared place where we could gather all our resources, like all the data sets and stuff. Is it like, should we make another column for it, or do you have something else where we could just, dump all the data sets we got?
So these are like a bunch of CSV files.
Yep, and links and everything. Yeah, but we could use CSV for now. Yeah.
Right. So probably you'd want to so here you can write markdown in the about section of a project. So this is a place where people are uploading arbitrary files and links.
Okay, yeah, okay, that could be a place then. Okay, thanks.
And are you guys currently using GitHub issues to track the dev task statuses? And those
no, we don't use GitHub at all. Actually, we use GitLab.
Use GitLab. All right.
Yeah.
So
it's actually not owned by Microsoft, and that's the reason why our devs use it. But we don't. Actually, the miniDAOs don't use GitLab, and actually, but miniDAOs, like the DataDAO, did publish something on GitHub, but it's just not like we don't use GitHub consistently. It's just if individual has something on GitHub, then they post it. Yeah.
Then we link it back to the Discord. Really, we're not really actively working on GitHub or GitLab. It's just more of an archive thing.
Yeah, only the devs do that build dApps, but that might be also, used at some point.
Makes sense. Okay, then there's no point in showing the GitHub integration, but yeah, that would basically.
Oh no, yeah. Can you? Sorry if I do something here and nobody wants to see it, but could you really quickly do it, because I do think that we need it in the data DAO if we have more code.
Right. Okay, but then we can GitHub. Let's see. I'll just choose a repository here. So GitHub here. Awesome. So yeah, you basically choose a repository to connect to. Then you have a few different settings, so you can import all the existing GitHub issues to dwork if you have any, and then you can also create new GitHub issues when a dwork task is created. So you would keep the two places completely in sync, and you could use them in tandem if you want to, but you can also not do that. If we create this, I have to be honest, this is the first demo thing have gone wrong, and 2 things have gone wrong on this demo. Why is that?
Don't worry. I think most of us understand that in demos, something always goes wrong. Don't feel bad about it.
Sure, but I've had maybe 30, 40 demos, and this is the first time anything have happened 2 times even. Interesting. Yeah, that sucks. Wonder if it's my internet. It's probably not my internet. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, let's see. So if we try another one. So yeah.
Take your time. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I guess happens. I guess you can just see.
When you showed it to me last night, it worked. So just one of those things.
Yeah. There are a bunch of DAOs that are using this on a daily basis, so I hope so it does work. Yes, we can maybe use staging for now. Oh, I see. Yeah, I can tell you how it works 99% of the time. And what I would say is that no DAO have lost any data or anything like that. But feel free to chat with the DAOs that are using it, like Superhuman DAO and Lex DAO and OneHive and Token Engineering Commons. So
nice. OneHive is using it as well. I was very impressed with OneHive. They're really advanced.
Yeah, so they're mainly for the bounties. I guess Token Engineering Commons are using it for their internal work as well.
Super cool. Maybe we can even then find a public board and see what it looks like. I guess they would have a lot of bounties because they're quite a busy DAO.
Yes, yeah, they are. So we started onboarding people like last week. People are still getting set up. Yeah, they are kind of active. Something is either wrong on my computer or not on my computer. But I guess what would look like is you could import your existing GitHub issues to the work, and then you could also write them.
That if it is your computer or a server-side issue. I know that this puts you already on the spot, so you can just say, I don't know, that's fine. I was just wondering.
Sure, let me see if I can do it on my computer real quick. Please, if there are any other questions, I'd be happy to answer any.
It seems like more questions would be just more features, but right now it just seems quite simple and straightforward. Like I don't know about the others, but I would love to try this. Because everything else will be just like bells and whistles. So yeah, there can be bells and whistles, and there always will be bells and whistles.
We can give.
I just wanted to say that I think it's great work because it's really well suited for the needs of a DAO. And all the other tools we're using have so many limitations to what we want to do because what we do is something new. And this one is kind of embracing this new way of collaborating in a very good way. At first I thought it's like Trello, but it's way better.
Even the fact that people can log in with their Ethereum address is great, because if you invite people to Trello, come on, I don't want to have a Trello account. And everyone has MetaMask if you're in the DAO space. If you don't, then you have to have one. So this really solves a problem.
And I like the integration with the multi-sig wallet. It's also something very new.
Yeah, I'm really into it as well. Really like it. Good job, man.
I didn't understand quite like the integration with Gnosis. It would be for batching transaction and.
Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, exactly. It would be to batch payments and transactions. Yeah.
So if I create a transaction via the D work, then would it just redirect me to Gnosis then in the end, and then the transaction will be queued up there and then confirm, and then other people confirm.
Exactly. So you could anyone that have a wallet that are associated with the safe would be able to initiate it from the work, and then everyone that needs to sign the multi-sig would do it from here. Exactly.
Okay, so then as an admin, I should log in with the same address that I have with multisig.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay, makes sense. So then I wouldn't log in with my Discord, and I guess you would have. You would have a feature at some point where you can just add accounts, but right now it's like either. Yeah,
it's a great question. So you can add as many stuff as you can connect as many accounts as you want. So and then you can also add GitHub and Discord.
That's a.
So
you don't have to choose what to log in with. You can just have all the accounts connected, and then I can have my notifications on Discord, and then I can also trigger the Gnosis API as well.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
We can also, to the point we were discussing a little bit earlier, we will be able to export all the tasks and the payments into a CSV and then import that into Bank. So there's also that option as well. But,
nice. This is really nice.
Yeah.
This is great, yeah.
Thanks, Linus. Really appreciate your time today. If anybody else has any questions, now's the time to fire it up. Otherwise, we can let Linus leave and we can have a bit of a chat between us. But yeah, any other questions? There's a note.
Thank you so much for your time, Linus. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it is very, very cool. Thank you.
Cheers, Linus. Much appreciated. Thanks for that.
That's awesome. Okay, take care, guys.
Cheers, Linus. Nice one.